We have had you make up some data that was qualitative or categorical in nature. Now we're going to do the same thing with a quantitative exercise. I will give you a real life example. My wife commented a couple years ago that I was constantly checking my cell phone. In my defense, I am a college professor. I have a business, and of course, I have a personal life. I probably have 6 or 7 email addresses, and I'm just constantly looking at my cell phone. Has anything new come in? Let's say that I wanted to use data in order to counteract this bad habit. I am going to create a spreadsheet. All I do is every single hour, I check the number of times in that hour that I picked up my cell phone and checked messages. I'm in Google Sheets. I head over and create a blank sheet. In the first column, it's going to be time. And in the second column, number of times I checked my cell phone. The time slots will begin at 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I don't have to do this for every single row because Google Sheets recognizes these patterns. I am going to drag down, and this is going to be the final hour from 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. of the next day. From here, I am just going to make up data. Say I'm a night owl and I check my phone 5 times between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. and 8 times between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. and 3 times between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. And then I finally get some sleep. By the way, I am not a night owl like this, but I'm just kind of throwing it out there. I wake up and I got some catching up to do, so I check my cell phone 15 times in that hour and 20 times in the next hour as people are talking to me and responding, and maybe another 12 times and 10 times. You get the point. I'm just making up data here, right? And that's okay. That's what I want you to do. You develop comfort just by realizing that you're not going to break something by playing around. A couple cleanup issues. First of all, we've already seen that we can highlight our columns. This is very similar to all spreadsheets, and center the data. For my first 2 columns, I might want to create a border on the bottom. It can be nice. I might want to change the font size on the column. There's something that we haven't seen before is notice I could make this really wide. We've already seen how to do that is just click between the columns and expand, but that's not really ideal. What I can do is I can wrap the text, and up here you'll see this text wrapping, and I go to the center and I wrap. Now it creates a sense of height, and I don't have like this super wide label that just feels out of place. Something that I haven't shown you how to do yet is sort your data. Now, if it's numeric data, this could be really helpful, and I'm going to purposely make a mistake. So I'm going to highlight all this data, then I am going to head on up. I'm going to sort the range. Again, this is a mistake. So I want to know from highest to lowest, like what's the highest number of times, and then the second highest, and then the third highest. I do that, and I get 20, 20, 15, 12, 12, and that's great. But notice the times didn't join in. I'm still going 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Well, the reason for that is that I sorted the range as opposed to sorting the sheet. So I'm going to undo that. As an Apple user, I'm going to press Command-Z. You could press Control-Z. And this time, I'm going to sort the sheet, not the range. I still highlighted this data in column B. Now that I do this, the times actually follow suit. So 11 a.m., I checked my phone 20 times, and also at 4 p.m., I checked my phone 20 times. At 10 a.m., I checked my phone 15 times. Maybe I notice a pattern because I take these data points day after day several times, and I notice, hey, I really have to watch my cell phone monitoring behavior between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. That's when I'm really like the worst offender. Last little cleanup things, I always want to encourage you to label your sheets. It's not a must-do, but it's a nice kind of practice to develop. Cell phone checks. Up on the spreadsheet, it could be like, nip that bad habit. Those are some practices that you can put into play for building out data that's quantitative in nature. I strongly encourage you to create your own quantitative data set and maybe mess around with wrap text or with the sorting function.